Chapter 32. Psychological Rebellion. Those who have dedicated themselves to traveling through all the countries of the world with the purpose of studying in detail all the human races have been able to prove to themselves that the nature of this poor intellectual animal, mistakenly called man, is always the same, whether it be in old Europe or Africa, tired of so much slavery, in the sacred country of the Vedas, in the West Indies, in Austria, or in China. This fact, this shocking reality, which surprises every studious man, can be especially verified if the traveler visits schools, colleges, and universities. We have arrived at the age of mass production. Now everything is produced on assembly lines and on a grand scale. Mass-produced planes, cars, luxury items, etc. Even though it seems ridiculous, it is true that training schools, universities, etc. have also become intellectual factories of mass production. In these times of mass production, the only objective in life is to find economic security. People are afraid of everything and look for security. Independent thought in these times of mass production is almost impossible because the modern type of education is based on mere convenience. The new age lives very satisfied with this intellectual mediocrity. If someone wants to be different, distinct from the others, the whole world disqualifies him. The whole world criticizes him. He is thought out, he is denied jobs, etc. The desire of obtaining money to live and enjoy oneself, the urgency of being successful in life, the search for economical security, the desire of buying many things to show off in front of others, etc., stops pure, natural, and spontaneous thought. It has verified totally that fear blunts the mind and hardens the heart. In these times of so much fear and search for security, people hide in their caves, in their burrows, in their corners, in the place where they believe that they can have most security, least problems, and they do not want to come out of there. They are terrified of life. They are afraid of new adventures, new experiences, etc. This much talked about modern education is based on fear and the search for security. People are frightened. They are afraid even of their own shadow. People are terrified of everything. They fear coming out of old established norms, being different from other people, thinking in a revolutionary way, breaking with all prejudices of a decadent society, etc. Fortunately, there live in the world a few sincere and understanding people who truly want to examine all the problems of the mind profoundly. However, in the greater majority of us, the spirit of nonconformity and rebellion does not even exist. There exist two types of rebellion which are already duly classified. First, violent psychological rebellion. Second, profound psychological rebellion of intelligence. The first type of rebellion is reactionary, conservative, and retarded. The second type of rebellion is revolutionary. In the first type of psychological rebellion, we find the reformer who mends old suits and repairs the walls of old buildings so that they will not crumble. He is the regressive type, the revolutionary of blood and liquor, the leader of military uprisings and coups. He is the man with a shotgun on his shoulder, the dictator who enjoys taking all those who do not accept this whims and theories to the firing squad. In the second type of psychological rebellion, we find Buddha, Jesus, Hermes, the transformer, the intelligent rebel, the intuitive, great paladins of the revolution of conscience. Those who only educate themselves with the absurd purpose of scaling magnificent positions within the bureaucratic beehive, of ascending, of climbing to the top of the ladder and making themselves heard, they lack true depth. They are stupid by nature, superficial, empty, 100% rascals. It has already been proven up to the hilt that when true integration of thought and feelings does not exist in a human being, even when we have received a great education, life becomes incomplete, contradictory, boring, and tormenting because of innumerable fears of all types. Undoubtedly, and without fear of making a mistake, we can affirm emphatically that without integral education, life becomes damaging, useless, and harmful. The intellectual animal has an internal ego, which is unfortunately made up of separate entities that are fortified with mistaken education. The pluralized ego that each of us carry within is the fundamental cause of all our complexes and contradictions. Fundamental education should teach the new generations our psychological didactic for the dissolution of the ego. Only by dissolving the various entities that, which on the whole constitute the ego, can we establish in ourselves a permanent center of individual conscience. Then we shall be integral. While there exists inside each of us the pluralized ego, not only do we embitter our life for ourselves, but we also embitter the lives of others. What is the use of studying law and become lawyers if we perpetuate fights? What is the use of accumulating much knowledge in our mind if we continue to be confused? What is the use of technical and industrial skills if we use them for the destruction of our fellow men? It is useless to receive instruction, to attend classes, to study, if in the process of daily living we are miserably destroying one another. The aim of education should not be to only produce each year new job searchers, new types of rascals, new bores that do not even know how to respect their neighbor's religion, etc. The true objective of fundamental education should be to create true, integrated men and women, and therefore conscious and intelligent men and women. Unfortunately, teachers of schools, colleges, and universities think of everything, but think least of all in awakening the integral intelligence of those whom they are educating. Any person can covet and acquire titles, medals, diplomas, and even become very efficient in the mechanistic field of life, but this does not mean being intelligent. Intelligence can never be mere mechanical functionalism. Intelligence can never be the result of simple book knowledge. Intelligence is not the capacity of reacting automatically with sparkling words to any challenge. Intelligence is not mere verbalization of memory. Intelligence is the capacity of directly receiving the essence, the real, what truly is. Fundamental education is the science which allows us to awaken this capacity in ourselves and in others. Fundamental education helps each individual to discover the true values that emerge as a result of profound investigation and understanding of oneself. When self-knowledge does not exist within us, then self-expression becomes egotistical and destructive self-affirmation. Fundamental education is only concerned with the awakening of each individual, the capacity of understanding oneself in all the areas of the mind, and not simply to surrender it to the complacency of the mistaken self-expression of the pluralized ego.